Hello. You are watching the Lettercast channel, where I talk about writing and publishing, host productivity streams and Q&A sessions, share how-to videos, and help educate people in the LGBTQ+ community about health and lifestyle topics. I cover a lot, I know. It's all about sharing my special interests with the world and finding ways to connect with my Lettercastians. You can see my live streaming schedule here. You can check out my books, short stories, and poems at ilettercast.com. If you're an indie author looking to get published, or even if you feel you could benefit from a beta reader, editor, formatting consultant, or self-pub consultant, don't hesitate to reach out in the comments here or via the contact form on my website. Lastly, remember to check out the links in the description for my latest projects and my word count thermometer. Thank you for patiently watching through this short ad. Now, back to the stream.
Tell me when.
When? Why Fortnite?
I'm currently trying to figure out how to make this whole thing work. Live streaming on YouTube is like a really complicated process. And it seems like my cat is also yelling. It seems like I might have gotten it figured out. I figured out the mic bit. Now I just need to figure out how to make sure that my intro video plays basically when I start the stream, and that I switch over to me talking, because apparently that's not what we're seeing right now. There we go. So that should fix here in a minute. Very interesting. OBS is no joke, and it is a bit tedious to figure out, but so, oh, and I'm seeing the lag now pretty effectively, which is good. I apologize for my voice being kind of hoarse. I have a bit of a sore throat today. But it seems like the broadcast is going, which is good. So for those of you who are new to my channel, actually for everybody, I haven't posted a video in a while. Brief history of my channel. Originally it was just a personal blog talking about my transition. Then it became a kind of a marketing tool for the clip content that I was making back before YouTube and actually all of the other companies really cracked down on those of us who were making that type of content. And then it kind of just sat for a while, especially during 2020. I didn't really have a lot to talk about. And kind of just stayed pretty dormant. I would do, a post here or there, a video here or there. And then more recently, I've updated some of my resources for transmasculine people or people who are wanting to go on testosterone or who are wanting to do phalloplasty specifically. I intend to continue working on that series, talking about metoidioplasty and top surgery options. But that's all going to be kind of on the back burner. The main things that I want to focus on with my channel right now are writing, because that is me. I'm an author. I've been writing since I could pick up a pen, but professionally I've been writing since 2011. And I've finally started working on actually getting out my own content instead of just writing stuff for other people. I've done a lot of ghostwriting projects, a lot of content creation for other people who just maybe don't have the time, the energy, or the know-how to create written stuff for their website, for their books, whatever it is, their magazines. And now uh, I'm ready to do my own thing. So I've been self-publishing short stories and poetry since 2021, and am working now on two novels, which I anticipate one of which will be out at the end of this year and the next closer to the end of next year. And I'm working with one of my absolute best friends, Tai Hakobo, to start a hybrid indie publishing company. We need authors, we need editors, all that fun stuff, beta readers. We need people who are willing to share that they've bought and read our content, our books, on their social media, and kind of like direct people toward us who would be interested in writing or interested in purchasing books. So that's what I need right now for that project, and the little company that we're trying to start is called Story Den. We have published a few things already. It's all anthologies at the moment, but we do want to actually publish some novels, one of which will be mine toward the end of this year. So because I'm working on all of my works in progress, and I'm also doing grant writing at the moment, I realized that I've been struggling from a lack of structure in my kind of day-to-day life. Yes, I have a quote-unquote real-world job. Actually got two. I'm a grant writer, but that is all remote work, and then I am also a barista. Um, Unfortunately, balancing those two things has left me with this sort of weird dead space when it comes to working with my art. My typical week looks like working in the cafe on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then doing grant writing the rest of the week. I also am working with my grant writing company right now to build up their DEI initiative and to rewrite, reformat, kind of bolster their standard operating procedures. And then I get to the weekend, and Saturdays are when I go and do my writing. Unfortunately, I'm only clocking about 5 hours every Saturday doing my work, and that's average. Some Saturdays I don't write, and some Saturdays I write for like 10 hours. I want to standardize my time writing a little bit more throughout the actual week instead of just, spending time kind of doing whatever. This is important to me, and I need to make time for it. So I figured a productivity stream where you're expecting me to be here, and I'm hoping that you will join me, where we can sit down and write together. We can do word sprints. We can do deep work, as it were, and we can also do Q&A sessions and how to when it comes to publishing and formatting and stuff like that. I feel like that would be beneficial to myself and to the rest of you. So yeah, I want to give it a shot. So my intro, which happened earlier and then kind of sat waiting for me to show up, even though I was already talking, I hadn't switched the video over to me talking. My intro shows my proposed schedule that I'm going to be trying for streaming. I will not be streaming every Saturday. I do want to leave at least some time for just me and my work, without interruptions and things like that. But the rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I do plan to actually do a stream. So Thursdays I plan to stream in the morning before I go and work out, and then from my workout then I will go and do my grant writing content. So that would be today. Ideally, I would have been streaming from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. But I was too busy trying to figure out the whole thing. So we're only going to get a couple of minutes, but that's okay. And then on Thursday, I want to be working on my poetry and my fan fiction. And then Friday, I plan to, when I get off of work, hop onto stream somewhere between noon as my starting point and 4 p.m. Pacific time as my end point. And then on Wednesdays, similarly, before work, I plan to do my streaming. So end time around 11 p.m. or 11 a.m., excuse me, and a start time probably around 7 a.m., maybe 8. It just really depends on kind of what else I have going on. But I figured that should be plenty of time for us all to kind of like get into a good groove, get consistent with it, and focus on the things that are really important to us. So that's all I've got for this particular stream. The last thing is that my Patreon and YouTube Premium will be dedicated to sharing resources that we cover in these streams with people who want to have those like archived and saved. Additionally, the full streams will be available to people who sign up for my Patreon and my YouTube Premium. And then I will be posting kind of like truncated versions of the productivity streams, just the highlights, to my YouTube channel. It shouldn't take very long to chop things up and get them together. So a 4-hour stream may have, I don't know, 10 highlight minutes, worth of content that I think would be engaging and interesting for viewers to watch. And I do plan to kind of have a focus for each stream on what it is I'm going to talk about. But I also tend to go a lot off the cuff instead of just, I'm big on the improv aspect of this type of media. So I'll have a general idea of something that I want to cover, and then, that might take us in a completely different direction than what I had initially planned, but that's okay. So yeah, if there are topics that you guys want me to cover, or things that you're interested in learning about when it comes to self-pub versus trad-pub versus, what hybrid indie, right? Or, what formatting software I use, or different methods of formatting your books for EPUB specifically. I'm super happy to just hop on and talk about it with you guys in between working on my stuff. So, all right, I think that's everything. Now I'm going to learn how to stop streaming and stop recording. All right. Thank you all. If you like what you saw today and you want to see more, hit that button down below, subscribe, and welcome to the Lettercast clan. And